Last time on Strip Search.
In a strip search scavenger hunt.
Abby called it. She had said scavenger hunt.
What would be the main stage?
Let me get it from like here.
We're over here.
And then there's a long sign that says donuts.
Last chance, Abby. Are we sure we can't get anywhere?
4 points, and you guys got 6. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back to Penny Arcade. You will all be wonderful webcomic artists, and you're all very nice people who like each other very much. But that doesn't mean that other people will necessarily be nice to you. Mike and Jerry famously once signed away all the rights to Penny Arcade by not reading a contract carefully enough. So this afternoon, we're going to be putting you through contract boot camp.
Well, this sounds terrible.
We're going to give you a contract. It's not going to be a nice contract. We're going to give you an hour to look through it and mark it up and write down anything that you see that you're not a fan of.
That's a big-ass contract.
Begin.
I just felt really stupid reading the contract.
I've never done this sort of thing before.
I've been doing contract work for a few years, actually, so I've read many contracts, but they're usually one page.
You know, I'm just gonna go through this with a fine-tooth comb and we'll see what happens.
I was really offended by the idea that they would, the contract said that they could change my artwork without asking me.
Shit, this is thick. This language is so thick and it keeps having more words.
This is pretty terrible. Not only typos that could be misinterpreted, but just things that would totally just ruin you.
This document covers all such requests without any additional compensation. Basically, if we decide we want to make some more shit, you don't get to have a say in it.
And that is time. How was that?
Did an elephant write that contract?
Your eyes do start to go cross-eyed after too much of reading these things, don't you?
Hereto, thereby, hereof.
Legal language has never been my forte, which is why me going over these would not be very much help. So instead, we're going to have you negotiate these contracts.
This is gonna be so stressful.
One-on-one with the person who wrote them, Robert Kuhn.
I'm immediately regretting all the snarky comments I wrote on the contract.
You'll each get 30 minutes with me to go over your notes on the agreement, and you can discuss as far as why you think that your notes are valid. First person up, Maki, let's go. So Maki, did you read over my agreement?
I did. I would prefer to have my legal counsel look over it first, though.
Well, that's okay. For now, I would love to hear what you have to say about it.
I mean, in that case, there's just a lot of things that I would love to clarify.
I would never try to pull one over on you, Maki, because we are friends.
Good to hear.
Yes.
We have lunchboxes to make.
I would love to exploit, harness all of your creative talent to be able to bring that to as many people as possible.
Man, I was really worried, and now not as much. Under Section 2B, I'd like to just make it clear that this is just exclusively for the lunchboxes and the lunchboxes only.
Okay.
And right under that, could you define LC technology?
I apologize. Any reference to LC, go and assume that that is you.
Right, and the technology is
whatever you think is technology, and let's say like your website, stuff like that, because you know I might need your website.
We're probably going to have to talk about that.
Oh, so you don't like that one?
I kind of like to have full creative and editorial rights over what appears on my website.
Okay, well.
There's website again down in.
Oh, yeah, website
3I.
again, there it is.
Next under 3D, looks good, except down at the bottom about me purchasing any unsold inventory.
Wow, you know, as I read it now, it looks so mean. I mean, I'm sorry, when I wrote it, it didn't look so bad, but like, I guess when you bring it up now, yeah, I guess that seems kind of like a bad deal.
Especially given the clause above.
Oh yeah, ooh, man, that's like the one. That's like the one too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where I terminate after 10 days and then collect all this money. That's.
If I had to name one thing that I was really proud of finding was definitely the contract termination 1-2 punch. It might be easier just to scratch that.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that I can't take your characters and like give them different hair color?
From a creative perspective, I definitely see that, you know, not looking so great. Now the next part though, B, sort of worried me. Licenses right to license others, licensor may not license.
Man, license is a very popular word in this. Doesn't it get really confusing after a while? Like it's almost like it's intentionally meant to deceive you.
It gets a little, that's hence all the clarification I'm needing.
Don't worry about it. But I think we're out of time. So thank you for telling me how to do my job. Nope, out.
I think my people are going to have to talk to his people.
Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Koo.
So, Lexi, thank you for coming. Did you have a chance to look over the agreement I wrote?
Yes, I've looked over the agreement. Most of it appears to be in order, but I do have a few things that I would like to discuss.
All right, let's get to it then.
Under section 2C, request for license, I would much prefer that we write separate licensing agreement for any additional products that you would like to get an agreement for licensing.
I suppose that is acceptable. That's okay. It's just a little more work on my end, but I'm willing to do that.
Excellent, and I will be in constant communication with you if you would like to create another agreement for an additional product.
If you don't want this to be a blanket agreement, no problem, fine.
I would rather start with the lunchboxes, restrict this agreement to dealings with the lunchboxes, see how that goes, and then expand our business from there. Section 3D. I do not believe that I should be responsible for such alleviation of cost in the event that you, the licensee, terminate the agreement.
Okay.
I also do not wish to pay an additional percentage fee, but I will consider covering administrative costs.
Noted.
Thank you. The verbiage, licensor may not license other persons to use the license marks in any way without express permission from licensee, makes it sound awfully like an exclusive agreement.
Well, I'll be.
Much to my relief, he was just sort of a doddering representative of the company that either didn't seem to understand what was in the contract or was purposely playing dumb.
What I would like to amend that to is that I may license other persons to use the license marks in products not in direct competition with the product that has been outlined in this agreement.
What about thermoses? Can I have thermoses?
Thermoses are acceptable.
What about forks?
Utensils are also acceptable, but only forks, spoons, and knives.
Pocket knives?
No.
Machetes?
No.
All right.
Those are all the items that I take issue with.
All right. I am sure that we can resolve those issues.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Koo. I was fully expecting to encounter serious, hardcore business Robert, whom I've had some experience with before, and it was not especially pleasant.
Have a seat.
Stay over here.
Where else? Hi, Abby.
Hi, Robert. So, I had some problems with our contract.
You have some problems with our contract, but I love the characters in your strip.
Well,
And I would love nothing more than to put them on lunchboxes and distribute them to hungry children all across the world.
I would also enjoy that. However, I also want to retain ownership of my characters, and I don't want you doing crazy shit with them, such as...
Whoa, 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 we're jumping the gun here. Whoa, whoa, I would never write anything like that. That's crazy.
Well, I can't be sure that you're
All
not...
right, well, you know what? Trust me, Abby. You can trust me.
I know you now, but that doesn't mean I know you in the future.
What do you have a problem with my agreement, Abby?
When you use my characters, I want to see the actual thing you're going to print on the lunchbox to make sure that you're using my characters correctly. So I want to sign off on any use of characters.
All right.
Super.
Is that it? We good? Sign lunchbox. Lunchbox
Nope.
City.
Nope.
Choo-choo.
Section C.
Okay.
She's so straight-faced, but only slightly straight-faced, and so I'm just like almost cracking up.
The part that says this document covers all such requests without any additional compensation.
It says that? That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
That doesn't seem like a very good clause for you.
No.
Or does it seem? Or are you pointing out because it's so good for you?
I'm pointing out that it's bad.
Oh.
I would like money.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me read this again.
A lot of the things I said, I was just like, what is this? And that could be taken either as, what is this? Or like, what is this? What are you trying to do? So I wanted it to be taken that way.
Yeah, definitely. That part is very bad. I reread the first part of the sentence and I do not enjoy this bit right here.
Is that it?
No.
Oh.
Part 3B. It says, within 360 days, you have to correct the default. But I think it should be shorter.
I guess that's fair.
If there is something that I'm unhappy with, I would rather it be corrected faster than a year, because a year is a long time, and if it's something like character's dick is out on the cover of a lunchbox, I would rather have it fixed almost immediately.
But what if that is like selling like crazy?
It doesn't matter. If my character's dick is out, it matters a lot to me.
I have a lot of market data that says otherwise.
Well, your market data is weird.
Well, fine.
Licensor shall purchase all unsold inventory and etc., etc. That is only if the agreement is terminated, and it doesn't say by who. So it means you could terminate the license at any time, and I would have to pay for all of the inventory that you have.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that. Wow, that seems like a great business model for me to do that.
Seems like you would produce a shitload of things and then have me pay for all of them.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome.
We need to change that. That sounds terrible.
Okay, well, I admit, now as I look at it now, that looks pretty bad.
Part 4A. No. No, no.
You just don't like it.
It says you can change anything that I do without asking me first.
But how am I supposed to sell lunchboxes then?
You can easily sell lunchboxes, but you just have to ask me first.
I am asking you. I'm asking you right now. Can I sell lunchboxes, Abby? Sign this contract.
I'm telling you, you have to ask my permission for anything you sell with my characters on it. You blinked, which means you lost.
I'll remove that first sentence.
Well, I'm not signing it with that in it.
It has been noted.
I'll use discretion. I mean, I know you can't trust me to use discretion.
I can't, because I may know the Abby now, but I don't know the Abby in the future.
This is truth.
I made that up.
Well, I think that's all that I had trouble with.
Yeah? I think we're done here. Do you have anything else to say to me?
No,
Nothing?
don't try to screw me over.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. We are friends after all.
You can leave.
I'm not sure I caught everything. It's kind of a really thick document, and it's really hard to read.
Hello, Katie.
Hi.
We good?
I actually have some questions about this.
Oh, all right.
I was curious about a few things, mostly all of it.
Yeah, I mean, were there things in here that that bothered you?
Well, I'm just not sure I understand it entirely. Is it saying that you want control over my website or what I put on it?
Yeah. Gotta move those lunch boxes, you know? Gotta get that out there. Gotta move that tin, as we say in the industry.
I'm happy to advertise or put space on my website in order to sell it, but I don't want to hand over complete control because I use my website for other things as well.
Well, I guess I will also make a note here.
Upon reading it out loud to Robert, some of the things that were confusing me came clearer. If anything is going to be changed, I want to be, I would like to change it myself.
Yeah, I mean, I hear where you're coming from on this, but just I've been in the lunchbox business for like 3 years. In those long 36 months that I've been able to ascertain a certain amount of base level knowledge as far as what looks best on a lunchbox. And you're not okay with that?
Well, I totally admit I'm not a lunchbox expert, but I am an artistic expert in some ways. So I'm happy to work with your people to compromise over things. I just want to make sure that I have some say in what the ultimate design looks like.
Okay, noted.
Also, here's another thing. There were a few points in the contract I had to repeat a few times before he would admit that there was something wrong with it.
What happens if another lunchbox company, my brother, who runs my #1 competitor, Koo's Lunchboxes, he unfortunately got into the business first. What if he approaches you and says, hey, Katie, I love your shit. Let me put it on some tin.
Does your brother exclusively do lunchboxes just like you?
He does. He only does lunchboxes.
Well, I would
Hence
say...
Koo's Lunchboxes, Katie.
Just checking. I didn't know if thermoses were involved.
Oh, they are involved.
I would be okay to use you exclusively for my lunchboxes.
All right.
Well, I'm sure I missed some stuff, which is why I would love an extra day to go over this with a legal person. But
sure.
For now, that's what I marked up.
All right. Well, I think we're done. Leave.
My eyes were actually crossing trying to read that shit. It's really hard. I would find myself just like reading one paragraph over and over and over again and not absorbing anything in it. So yeah, I'm sure I missed some stuff.
The most important thing I learned was to actually read contracts that I'm handed and to really read them and not just assume that the person isn't gonna fuck me over.
I've never received a contract like that, so I've never had to read that deep, and I think it was good practice.
This definitely has opened my eyes to the fact that this is absolutely vital to my business.
So how did the negotiations go for you? Was it your first time reading something of that weight?
Yes. Yeah. Something of this length, yes.
Well, why don't you tell us a bit about what you put into that contract and what they managed to get out of it?
Sure. That contract was filled with horrible things and things that I would never ever put forward to anyone. I mean, like literally it is so bad that if that contract ever got out, it would like ruin the reputation of whoever wrote it. Like that's how bad it is. And honestly, on the whole, I was actually really impressed. I thought that all of you would do horribly. I thought that all of you would be essentially like Mike and Jerry if they were to look at a contract, which is that if they look at the contract, they would just lie on the ground and die. However, again, all 4 of you actually did a really, really good job. There were actually 2 philosophies that kind of broke it out. One was a person would either understand exactly what was important to them, what their core values were as far as what they wanted to achieve from the contract, and then go through line by line and always refer to that core value. Like saying, oh, okay, does this achieve that? Does this impede that? The other philosophy was to just go through line by line and see if on the face value of it, if that was a good thing or not. Abby and Katie both had the overall philosophy of what they wanted. Maki and Lexi went through line by line, and they're both perfectly valid. Like, I do not think that one is better than the other. I think it's actually kind of good to have a hybrid of both. Katie, you did a really good job as far as identifying both the issues that were at hand as well as finding solutions for it. Abby, you did a really good job even in a very non-traditional manner of explaining what was important to you and always fighting for it. Both Lexi and Maki did a very thorough job of going line by line and determining whether something was good or bad.
What would you say is the most egregious part of the contract that you wrote?
It was the 1-2 punch of I can cancel the contract at any time, and then I can make you pay for everything that I have at a profit, essentially. Those were 2 elements that together could be completely destructive to your entire business. The person that I felt did the best, and keep in mind, everyone actually did a really great job. I really do believe that. But the person that I think that did the best was Katie.
That is pretty incredible.
Yay, Katie. Wasn't expecting to win this one.
As you would expect, it is up to you to decide which 2 of the other 3 will be facing elimination tomorrow morning after your dinner tonight. You want some time to think about that? Yeah. All right.
Damn, that is 3 nights in a row, and I don't think she's taking it very well.
My earliest thoughts right now about who to pick are really weird because at the moment I'm leaning towards the 2 people that I saved yesterday.
Neither Maki nor myself have won a single challenge in this entire thing. And while our performances coming out of elimination have been admirable, I don't know. I just can't see any way around that.
Abby just continues to impress me over and over again. Every time she gets sent to do something, people aren't always certain she'll do a good job, and she always just, does a fantastic job.
Well, I hope that having one more weapon in your webcomics business arsenal is worth all the crossed eyes and tedium, but when it comes right down to it, that's part of the business. And at the end of the day, Katie, you won your 3rd straight daily challenge in a row. But now, please, can you tell me which 2 will be facing the elimination challenge?
The 2 people I picked to go to elimination are Maki and Lexi. And I know that's a weird decision because yesterday you were the 2 people that I desperately wanted to save, and it's getting down. It's really crazy now. And the reason behind my choice, I feel like Abby has really proven herself. She is 20 years old and she is doing something that nobody else can do. And she's amazing, and I think she's really funny, and I don't know anybody like Abby. I also feel like when I look at your art, it's comes from a more classical, more illustrative style, and it's so difficult to figure out how to choose somebody, and I figured, Abby is super unique. I feel like I have something going on, and as talented and wonderful as you 2 are, I'd like to see what happens when the 2 of you go up against one another, and that is the decision I've made.
All right. Maki and Lexi, you get to enjoy one more night in the house this evening until you face the elimination challenge tomorrow morning. Abby and Katie, you get to come with me to meet the creators and Robert for dinner. I don't know what you guys are eating for dinner.
Humble pie.
Congratulations. Yeah.
We saw a lot of you at the beginning, and then there was no more.
Yeah, we're like, wow, we should get used to seeing Katie, and never saw you again.
Let's eat some food, shall we? Please have a seat. We'll bring out food to you, don't worry about it.
I've actually learned a shitload about doing comics, such as today. That was super helpful.
How do you think this is going to go tomorrow?
I have no idea who's going to win. They're both amazing.
I liked your reasoning, Katie, that they're both similar. They're painterly, right?
Yeah.
So, Katie, Abby had explained her take on the competition, and what have you thought of it?
I feel like I'm in college or something. So I didn't go to college, but I wanted to, so I feel like it's like you're being thrown in this environment with like-minded people, but they're all really different. You're being forced to do things that are scary, and it turns out to be really fun.
Okay, this is nothing like college. Let me just assure you. This is summer camp.
How do you balance doing something that you guys feel passionate about, but also like keeping the clamoring fans happy?
Because you can't.
You can't, and you have to. At some point, you have to realize that you can't. It's that old saying, you can't please everyone, right? It's true. And not only can you not please everyone, you will piss off a lot of people. So we asked Abby last night if she wins, if she's ready to come to Seattle and be a cartoonist. Are you ready to?
Yeah.
You'd move?
Yeah, I would definitely move. I need to talk to my boyfriend about everything. He wants to move to Seattle, so he actually wanted to move to Seattle before.
Before you?
Yeah, before me. So that was good because I had a glorified, beautiful version of Seattle in my mind before I went there, and then I went for PAX last year, and then I really liked it.
The only validation I'd ever gotten for my comics or compliments was from my friends, and of course I can't trust them.
No, you can't.
Because they're friends. They're just gonna say it's awesome no matter what. My mom is just like, oh, you're so great, sweet. Keep on doing that. But she's been saying that for years.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
She said that when you went poo-poo on the potty.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Comics are much more important. She'll say that anything, any old shit.
No, so what do you think is going to happen, even though you're wrong?
I think after the third person is eliminated, or you're just going to have like a three-way of one of these, but it's just going to be the elimination stage, but with the two most intense people.
Katie, what do you think the final challenge will be?
I figured it would be something different than what we've been doing, or what we've been doing with the twist or something, but I don't know what it would be.
Twist.
A twist, how novel.
Interesting. Twist. Why have there been no alliances?
We're all allianced together.
That doesn't count.
It was obviously girls against guys.
Our shit is alliance on the roof.
But we haven't actually sent, we sent two guys, and they both got eliminated.
It's true.
We didn't mean to do that.
Uh-huh. And you actually traded for a female.
It's like a machine. It's like you put two men in and one woman comes out. Like, it's a purification engine.
So, let's wrap this up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure. Get out.
That way. Door.
All right, next time you see us, we'll be hard asses.
We're going to keep it real.
Yeah.
Next time on Strip Search.
Yes, I'm friends with so many porns.
You're more beast than man. You have no higher cognition.
I have nothing.
Maki's working on his third strip. Do you fear for your dick?
Hate is gonna hate.
That's not something I would do. I mean, that's basically the elephant in the room, right?
I feel like it could have been executed better.